the chaos of the morning rush. It can feel like you're losing a piece of yourself before the day even begins. But what if breakfast wasn't a chore, but an anchor, a quiet promise to yourself? This is about finding that peace. Please, watch until the end, because the last recipe is a simple ritual that truly, fundamentally changed how I meet the day. Morning stillness. There's a gentle magic to preparing something the night before. It's an act of kindness, a gift you give to your future self. I find that when my mornings feel particularly scattered, when the day ahead looms large and uncertain, the simple act of creating overnight oats is a way of creating a small island of calm for the person I will be in a few hours. It's a quiet conversation with tomorrow's me, assuring him that at least one thing will be simple, nourishing, and ready. It begins with the jar, a clear vessel that holds the potential of the morning. The sound it makes on the countertop is a gentle, solid thud, a starting point. Then, the oats. I pour them in and watch them cascade down, a soft, whispery sound. It's not a recipe with rigid rules, it's a feeling. You learn the right amount by sight, by the memory of how you like it. I used to measure everything in my life so precisely, believing that control would lead to a perfect outcome. But I've learned that some of the best things, like this breakfast, come from a place of intuition and gentle surrender. The chia seeds follow, tiny black specks of immense potential. They are the ones who will perform the real alchemy overnight, transforming the liquid into a soft, spoonable pudding. I add them as a promise of substance, a reminder that small things can create significant, wholesome change. And then, the milk. I prefer oat milk for its creamy subtlety, but any milk will do. The way it slowly floods the jar, seeping into the layers of oats and seeds, is a visual meditation. It's a process of integration, everything slowly coming together without force. There's no vigorous stirring or whisking required, just a gentle combination, a quiet trust that time and stillness will do the work. This practice has taught me so much about letting go. We so often feel the need to push, to strive, to constantly be doing something to achieve a result. But here, in this simple jar, the transformation happens in the quiet, in the dark, while you are resting. It's a beautiful metaphor for our own growth, isn't it? Sometimes the most profound changes happen not when we are hustling, but when we are still, when we give ourselves the space to simply be. A touch of maple syrup for sweetness, a drop of vanilla for its comforting aroma. These are the final flourishes. I stir it all together slowly, just once or twice with a long spoon, watching the swirls of syrup blend in. The jar goes into the fridge, a small complete world of its own, waiting for the sun. In the morning, it's there for you. No thought required. You open the fridge, and there is this perfect, humble offering. The texture is what I love most. It's soft, comforting, and yielding. I'll add toppings then, depending on my mood. Fresh berries for a burst of bright, tangy flavor, a sprinkle of crunchy granola for contrast, perhaps some slivered almonds for their earthy bite. Each morning, the toppings can be a new, small act of creativity, a way of checking in with myself and asking, what do I need today? Do I need brightness? Do I need crunch and resilience? Or just the simple, unadorned softness of the oats? It's more than just a quick breakfast. It's a ritual that anchors the day in mindfulness before the world has a chance to rush in. It's a testament to the idea that the best way to care for your future is to be gentle with your present. It's a reminder, waiting for you in the cool quiet of the morning, that you are looked after and that peace can be found in the simplest of preparations. Simple comfort. There are days when creativity feels distant, when the energy for something new just isn't there. On those mornings, we need a friend, something reliable, something that we know will comfort us without asking for much in return. For me, that friend is often a simple slice of avocado toast. It sounds almost mundane, it's become such a cliché in our culture, but I think its popularity speaks to a deeper, universal need for simple, honest comfort. The foundation is everything. I always try to use a good, hearty loaf of sourdough bread, the kind with a thick, crackly crust and a soft, chewy interior full of airy holes. Just holding the loaf feels substantial. real. Slicing it is the first step in the ritual. The sound of the serrated knife working its way through the crust is so satisfying. It's a sound of gentle resistance giving way. I toast it until it's a deep golden brown, not uniformly, but with lighter and darker patches. A landscape of warmth. The aroma that fills the kitchen is one of the most grounding smells I know. It's the scent of home, of bakeries, of simple sustenance. While it's toasting, I prepare the avocado. I love how unpredictable they are. You can't know for certain what you'll find inside until you cut it open. It's a small lesson in accepting what is. Sometimes it's perfectly creamy and green, other times it has a few bruises, and that's okay. Life is like that too. We have our perfect days and our bruised days. The imperfection is part of its character. I don't like to mash it into a complete paste. I prefer to gently crush it with a fork, leaving some chunks and texture. It feels more honest that way. You can still see that it was once a whole fruit. A bit of sea salt, a squeeze of fresh lime juice to awaken the flavors and keep the beautiful green color from fading. The lime cuts through the richness of the avocado, creating a perfect balance. Spreading the avocado on the warm toast is my favorite part. The heat from the bread gently warms the cool avocado and it yields under the pressure of the knife, nestling into all the nooks and crannies of the toasted sourdough. It's a union of opposites, the warm, rough toast and the cool, smooth avocado, the crunchy and the creamy. This contrast is what makes it so deeply satisfying to eat. You get all of these sensations in a single bite. And then, the final touch. This is where you can add a little bit of your own personality. Sometimes it's just a sprinkle of coarse black pepper. Other times, for a little bit of warmth and complexity, I'll add a dusting of shichimi togarashi, the Japanese 7-spice blend. It adds a gentle heat, nutty notes from the sesame seeds, and a hint of the sea from the nori. It elevates the simple toast into something more nuanced, more thoughtful. Eating it is a moment of presence. It's not a breakfast to be rushed. You need to sit with it. The crunch of the toast, the creaminess of the fruit, the bright acid, the gentle spice. It's a symphony of textures and flavors that asks for your attention. It's a reminder that comfort doesn't need to be complicated. It can be found in 2 or 3 simple, good quality ingredients coming together in a familiar way. It's the breakfast I turn to when my mind is noisy or when I'm feeling a bit tender. It's a quiet, edible hug. It grounds me, nourishes me, and tells me, everything is going to be all right. Start here. Start with this. Vibrant energy. There's a feeling some mornings, especially on gray, overcast days, where the world outside seems to be drained of color. On those days, I find myself drawn to creating the most vibrant, colorful breakfast I can imagine. It's almost a small act of rebellion against the gloom, a way of painting my own sunshine from the inside out. A smoothie bowl is pure, edible life. It's a celebration of nature's palate, and the very act of making it and eating it feels like you are infusing your body with vitality. It starts with the base, the canvas. For me, the secret to a thick, spoonable smoothie bowl that feels more like ice cream than a drink is frozen banana. I always have slices of banana in a bag in my freezer, waiting. They create an incredible creaminess that is hard to achieve otherwise. To that, I add other frozen fruits. A handful of deep purple blueberries and blackberries bursting with antioxidants. Maybe some sweet crimson raspberries. The color itself feels nourishing. I am a firm believer that we eat with our eyes first, and seeing those intense, beautiful colors swirling in the blender is an instant mood lifter. It's like watching colors mix on a palette. I also like to add a handful of fresh spinach. You can't taste it at all, I promise, but it adds a powerful dose of nutrients and deepens the color of the bowl, turning it into a rich, dark jewel tone. It's a quiet way of adding extra goodness, another small act of self-care. A splash of liquid is needed to get things moving. Coconut water is wonderful for its electrolytes and subtle sweetness, or a bit of almond milk for extra creaminess. The key is to add just a little bit at a time. You want the blender to work for it. The sound of the blender starting as a low hum and then ramping up feels powerful. It's a sound of transformation, of breaking things down to create something entirely new and smooth and beautiful. The goal is a texture so thick that it holds its shape on a spoon. Pouring the smoothie from the blender into the bowl is always a beautiful moment. It's so rich and viscous, like soft serve ice cream. I choose a wide, shallow bowl to give myself the largest possible canvas for the toppings, because the toppings are where the true artistry and mindfulness come in. This is not about just dumping things on top. It's a slow, deliberate practice. I'll take a fresh banana and slice it into perfect thin coins, arranging them in a gentle curve along one side of the bowl. Then, I'll place a few fresh berries, one by one, like placing precious stones, a sprinkle of chia seeds or hemp hearts for protein and texture, and then the crunch, a scattering of homemade granola or a mix of toasted nuts and seeds. The act of arranging these toppings is a meditation. It focuses the mind. For these few minutes, all that exists is the bowl, the colors, the shapes, the textures. It's a practice of creating beauty for no one else but yourself. A small edible piece of art to start your day. Eating it is a full sensory experience. The coolness of the smoothie, the crunch of the granola, the fresh burst of a berry, the soft bite of a banana slice. Every spoonful can be different. It's a breakfast that feels abundant, joyful, and incredibly energizing. It's a way of telling the universe and yourself that even if the sky is gray, you can create your own brightness. You can choose to start your day with a bowl full of life. It's a powerful and delicious reminder of your own creative energy. Hearty warmth. Sometimes what we need in the morning is not sweetness or lightness, but something deeply savory and grounding. Something that feels like it's fortifying us from the inside, building a foundation of strength for a challenging day. On those mornings, I make a tofu scramble. It is a meal of incredible warmth and substance and a beautiful testament to transformation. Tofu on its own is humble. It's a blank slate, pale and soft, and I think that's why I love it so much. It doesn't pretend to be anything it's not. It waits, ready to become whatever you ask of it. This recipe is about taking this simple, humble block and infusing it with flavor, color, and life, turning it into something incredibly comforting and satisfying. The process begins with pressing the tofu. This is a crucial step, a small act of patience that pays off immensely. You gently press the excess water out, which allows the tofu to absorb the flavors you're about to introduce and to take on a firmer, more satisfying texture. It's a bit like clearing your mind to be more receptive to new ideas. You are creating space. Once it's pressed, I don't cube it or slice it. I simply crumble it with my hands directly into a warm pan with a little oil. I love the organic, varied shapes this creates. It's not uniform, it's natural. It immediately feels more rustic and comforting. The sound of the tofu hitting the hot pan is a soft sizzle, the beginning of the transformation. I let it cook for a few minutes on its own, allowing the edges to get a little golden brown, a little crispy. This adds another layer of texture that is so important. Then comes the magic, the spices. A generous sprinkle of turmeric is what gives the scramble its beautiful, sunny, golden yellow hue. It's purely for color, a visual trick that makes it look so much like scrambled eggs, but its effect is powerful. It makes the dish feel warm and familiar. A little cumin and smoked paprika add a savory depth, an earthiness that makes the scramble feel robust. But the real secret ingredient is kala namak, or black salt. It's a volcanic rock salt that has a distinct sulfurous smell and taste, uncannily similar to that of eggs. A small pinch of this salt completely transforms the dish, lending it an authentic savory flavor that is deeply comforting and familiar. I then add whatever vegetables I have on hand. Some finely chopped onion or shallot for a sweet, aromatic base. Perhaps some wilted spinach or kale for a touch of green. Diced bell peppers for color and sweetness. This is a meal that readily accepts whatever you have to offer it. It's not picky. It's a way to use up the small amounts of vegetables you have, ensuring nothing goes to waste. It's a very practical and mindful dish. Towards the end of cooking, a splash of unsweetened plant milk or a spoonful of nutritional yeast can be added for a bit of extra creaminess and a cheesy, nutty flavor. You watch as everything comes together in the pan, the golden tofu, the bright vegetables, the fragrant spices. The kitchen fills with a warm, savory aroma that feels incredibly nourishing. Serving it is simple. Sometimes I have it on its own in a bowl, eaten with a fork. Other times, I pile it high on a piece of warm, crusty toast, much like the avocado toast, but with a completely different personality. This one is earthy, warm, and profoundly satiating. It's a breakfast that says, you are strong, you are capable, you are ready for what comes next. It's a meal that doesn't just feed the body, but also the spirit, reminding us that even the most humble beginnings can be transformed into something full of warmth, flavor, and incredible strength. Soulful ritual. For a long time, I was searching. I thought a perfect morning routine meant a perfect breakfast, one that was photogenic or complex. I tried so many things, but a sense of true, deep nourishment always felt just out of reach. It wasn't until I let go of what breakfast was supposed to be and started listening to what my body and soul were actually asking for that I found it. And what I found was not a trend or a fancy recipe, but a humble, quiet ritual, a simple bowl of warm rice and miso soup. This is the breakfast that changed everything for me. It may sound strange to a Western palate, this idea of a savory, soupy breakfast, but it reconnected me to something fundamental. Breakfast, at its core, is about breaking a fast. It's about gently waking up your body with warmth and easily digestible nourishment. And nothing does that more beautifully than this. It's a ritual that begins with the rice. Sometimes I use leftover rice from the night before, which makes it incredibly simple. The act of gently reheating the rice, a small portion in a bowl, feels like rekindling a gentle warmth. On other days, I cook a small pot of fresh Japanese short-grain rice. Watching it absorb the water and become soft, sticky, and pearlescent is a meditation in itself. The aroma is clean, comforting, and elemental. While the rice is warming, I make the soup. It is the heart of this ritual. It begins with dashi, the Japanese soup stock that is the foundation of so much of its cuisine. I make a simple version with kombu, a type of kelp, and sometimes shiitake mushrooms. Just steeping them in hot water creates a broth that is full of a subtle, savory umami flavor that is hard to describe. It tastes of the sea, of the earth. It is incredibly gentle. To this warm dashi, I add the miso paste. Miso is a fermented soybean paste, and it's alive. It's full of probiotics and enzymes, and it's deeply nourishing. The most important part of the ritual is that you should never boil miso. You add it at the very end, to the warm but not boiling broth. I place a spoonful of the paste in a small ladle or a fine mesh sieve and gently lower it into the broth, using chopsticks or a spoon to slowly dissolve it. Watching the thick paste melt away and cloud the clear dashi is a beautiful, quiet moment. It's an act of gentle persuasion, not force. The soup is now complete in its most basic, perfect form. Often, this is all I need, but sometimes I'll add a few small cubes of silken tofu, which are impossibly soft and delicate. A few pieces of rehydrated wakame seaweed, which unfurl in the warm broth. Maybe a sprinkle of finely chopped scallions right at the end for a touch of fresh, sharp greenness. That's it. There are no loud sizzles or dramatic techniques. It's a breakfast of quietness. I sit down with the two small bowls, one with the warm sticky rice and one with the steaming fragrant soup. Eating it is a slow, mindful process. A spoonful of soup, feeling its warmth spread through me. A small bite of rice with its comforting, plain goodness. It's not a breakfast that shouts, it whispers. It taught me that nourishment isn't always about vitamins and macros, but about comfort, warmth, and tradition. It taught me that starting the day with something gentle and savory could be more grounding than any sweet or elaborate meal. This ritual centered me. It anchors my morning in a way that nothing else ever has. It feels ancient and humble and deeply true. It's a reminder that the most profound experiences are often the simplest ones. It is not just food, it is a moment of connection to myself, a soulful practice that prepares me for the day with a quiet sense of peace and stability. This journey through breakfast isn't really about the oats or the tofu or even the miso soup. It's about the intention. It's about finding a small, quiet space in the chaos of the morning to do something kind for yourself. It's about listening to what you truly need, be it vibrant energy, simple comfort, or soulful warmth. The real recipe, the one I hope you take away, is the act of carving out those few minutes to create a ritual that belongs only to you, whatever that may look like. It's in that quiet space, that gentle act of self-care, that we find the peace to truly begin our day. This video felt like a long, warm hug. I've been in such a rush every morning that I'd forgotten breakfast could be an act of love for myself. The way you talked about the tofu scramble being a blank slate that you infuse with warmth and color really hit me. It feels like a metaphor for how I want to approach my own days. Thank you for this beautiful, gentle reminder to slow down and find the soul in the simple things. Going to try and find my own soulful ritual this week.